Hello everyone, my name is Shahani Esquiomla and my report is about hazard of early childhood, the physical hazard. So this is the continuation report of Miss Cosmilia. Accident. Common in childhood, especially among boys. They cause physical scars or long-term fear and inferiority feelings. Yun. So, ang mga bata is talagang prone sila sa mga accident dahil sa pagiging malikot nila and nagkakaroon sila ng aksidente habang naglalaro or may ginagawa. So, nagkakaroon sila ng incidents like getting cuts, bruises, or even breaking bones or pagkapilay. So, yung mga batang lalaki is sila yung mas prone sa aksidente kaysa sa mga batang babae. So, sometimes is itong accident na ito is kapag hindi naiwasan is pwedeng mag-leave ng long-lasting physical or emotional scars or pwede silang magkaroon ng permanent or temporary disabilities. And dahil doon is makaka-feel sila ng takot or less confident. Next is the attractiveness. So, as children grow, they may feel less attractive, leading to negative reaction and affecting their self-esteem. So, habang tumatanda or lumalaki yung mga bata is dumadaan talaga sila sa phase kung saan is hindi na sila ganun ka-cute simula nung bata sila or nung baby sila. So, they might become skinner or yung hair nila is mahirap na itong i-manage or buhagkag na. Or like magkaroon sila ng gap sa teeth or kapag um, um, hindi naalis yung baby tooth nila is magkaroon sila ng sungki. So, dahil doon is maaring less na lang yung attention na makukuha nila sa adults or ma-feel nila na hindi sila nag-fit sa other kids, which can make them feel sad or left out. Next is awkwardness. Some children appear clumsy due to the delayed motor skills, leading to social exclusion and feelings of inferiority. Ibang bata is clumsy talaga sila or hindi sila ganun ka galing kumilos gaya ng ibang bata. So, maaaring ang dahilan nun is hindi sila nabibigyan ng enough chances na makapag-practice or makipag-socialize sa ibang bata or ibang tao. So, dahil pwede rin ang dahilan nito is pagiging overprotected ng kanilang parents or yung caregivers nila. So, kapag ang bata is naka-feel ng awkwardness, is maring hindi na sila mag-join sa ibang bata sa paglalaro or hindi na sila makipag-socialize kasi nafe-feel nilang hindi sila ganun kagaling kaysa sa hindi sila ganun kagaling sa ibang bata. Next is the obesity. Being 20% over normal weight brings health risks and social rejections, often resulting from poor eating habits. So, yung mga batang hindi angkop yung timbang nila sa edad nila is maaari silang mag-face ng mga heart problems like heart issues or diabetes. So, and pwede rin yung ibang kids ay i-bully sila or kutsahin sila or like tawagin sila sa mga pangalan like yung fatty, mataba, which is ma-hurt nun yung feelings nila. Also, kapag yung bata is nag-start na silang kumain ng mga unhealthy foods habang bata pa sila, is pwede nila itong madala hanggang sa paglaki nila and maging lifelong habit na nila ito. Next is the left-handedness. Left-handed children face challenges in a right-handed world, leading to confusing and possible inferiority if pressured to change. So, So, most people use their right hand for things, so left-handed children might find it harder to learn certain skill. So, maaaring pa-feel nilang kakaiba sila or pwede ring mahiya sila dahil dito. And minsan, yung parents is tinatry silang i-force na i-use yung right hand nila, which can make them feel even worse about themselves. Next is the hazard of early childhood, the psychological hazards. Speech hazard. Number one is comprehension issues. Adults often use complex language and children may not listen attentively, leading to unrelated speech. No. Ang mga bata is need nilang i-understand or maintindihan kung ano yung sinasabi ng iba para makapag-join sila sa conversation at makapaglaro sa ibang bata. However, yung adults is nag-use sila ng mga words na masyadong complicated or unfamiliar, and dahil doon is nahihirapang mag-keep up yung bata and hindi sila nakaka-follow or nakaka-follow dito. So, dahil doon is they might respond with something that doesn't make sense. So, this can make them feel left out kasi hindi sila nakaka-keep up sa conversation. Next is the poor speech quality. Unintelligible speech from mispronounced speech defects and bilingualism can hinder communication. So next is this is the speech problem. So for some children is yung pagsasalita is mahirap sa kanila. So they might have trouble saying certain sounds or words correctly, or they might be learning two languages at the same time. So dahil dito is nagkakaroon sila ng hard time na umintindi, which can lead to frustration and misunderstanding. So, mas nahihirapan yung children na i-express yung kanilang sarili or mag-join in sa iba. Next is bilingualism. Children who speak a foreign language at home may struggle to connect with peers, especially in cooperative play. Children who speak a different language at home may face extra challenges when they try to communicate with other kids at school or in playgrounds. So they might not know all the words they need in the new language, so making it hard for them to join in games, share ideas, or make friends. So dahil dito is nakaka-feel sila na hindi sila nag-fit in, especially kapag yung iba is hindi sila naiintindihan. Next is egocentric speech. Ito yung mga self-centered talk or sarili lang nila yung pinag-uusapan nila. So when children talk only about themselves or say something that seems unkind or don't match the situation, it can make harder for them na makipag-connect sa iba or makipagkaibigan. So this kind of speech doesn't encourage sharing or cooperation, which is important yon sa pag-build ng friendship. So kapag sarili na lang palagi nila yung topic or masyado na silang bossy, is maring yung ibang kids ay hindi na makipaglaro sa kanila. Next is emotional hazard. Number one is lack of early attachment. Children who do not have warm, stable relationship with caregivers may not learn the value of forming such bonds and thus to struggle to build friendship later on. So yung mga batang hindi close or like wala silang loving connection sa kanilang sa nag-aalaga sa kanila or sa parents nila is maring paglaki nila is hindi nila maintindihan kung paano ba nagpo-form yung strong bonds sa iba. So dahil dito is may hirapan silang makipagkaibigan habang lumalaki sila. Next is lack of affection. Those who do not receive affection may become emotionally self-contained, inhibiting their ability to connect with others. So ito yung mga batang hindi nakaka-receive ng enough love or care is maaaring i-keep na lang nila yung feelings nila sa kanilang sarili, and mahihirapan na kakaroon sila ng hard time na mag-open up or makipag-connect sa iba emotionally. Next is social hazards. Peer rejection, unpopular behavior can lead to loneliness and hinder learning socially acceptable behaviors. So, kapag yung kids is hindi nagbehave ng maayos and hindi yun nagustuhan ng iba is they might feel left out and lonely. So this can make it hard for them na magbehave na magbehave the way the others find acceptable. Next is the gender role pressures. Overemphasis on gender norms can cause aggressive behavior that alienate peers. So kapag when there's too much focus on how boys and girls supposed to act, is meron itong magkakos sa bata na like especially kapag yung boys is masyadong aggressive, is itong aggression na ito is pwedeng mag-push sa kanila or i-push nila yung ibang bata na makipaghalubilo. So dahil dito is mahihirapan silang magkaroon ng kaibigan. Next is the negative social attitude. Unfavorable experiences related to race, gender, or age can lead to aversions to social interaction. So, kapag yung bata is merong bad experience sa kanilang race, gender, or age, is maring maaaring i-avoid na nila yung social interaction kasi nafe-feel nilang hindi sila welcome or nafe-feel nilang gina-judge nila ng ibang tao. Next is the imaginary companion. Relying on imaginary friends can prevent real social learning and encourage maladaptive behavior. So, ito na ito ang tawag nating imaginary friends. So having imaginary friends can be fun, but kapag yung bata is masyado nagre-rely dito, is maaari nilang ma-miss out kung paano ba talaga makipag-interact sa totoong tao, and pwede rin nilang ma-develop yung habit na ito and mahihirapan silang makipaghalubilo sa ibang tao. Next is excessive peer time. Too much time with peers can limit self-enjoyment, leading to loneliness when alone. So kapag masyado na nag-spend yung bata sa kanilang mga kaibigan, is mahihirapan na silang i-enjoy yung sarili nila kapag nag-iisa sila. So, kapag nag-iisa sila is mafe-feel talaga nila na lonely lang sila, and maring maging malungkot sila dahil dito kasi nasanay sila na laging kasama nila yung mga kaibigan nila. Next is play hazard. Children lacking playmates may engage in solitary play, which limits social skills. They often watch TV excessively, leading to aggression and fear. Toys that limit creativity or promote aggression can also affect behavior negatively. So kapag yung bata is walang kaibigan na pwedeng maglaro sila, is pwede itong maaaring maging independent sila dahil doon, pero ang downside naman nito is hindi sila nakikipag-socialize sa iba. So yung ibang mga bata is mas pinipili na lang nilang manood ng TV instead na makipaglaro sa iba, which can lead to problems like less exercise or sleep issues and increased aggression, especially kapag yung parents nila is hindi sila binabantayan kung ano ba yung pinapanood nila. Next is hazards in concept development. Number one is the inaccuracy in understanding. Children often develop incorrect concept due to limited experiences and exposure to reliable information. So, yung mga bata is kadalasan is nami-misunderstand nila yung mga bagay-bagay kasi limited lang yung experience nila or yung vocabulary nila. So, they might learn wrong ideas from others, and correcting this takes time that could be spent learning new things. Next is underdevelopment concept. Learning social interaction can result in concepts that lag behind peers, affecting social adjustment. Kapag yung bata is hindi masyadong nakikipag-socialize sa iba is maaaring hindi nila maintindihan or like hindi nila matutunan yung kahalagahan ng concept na ito. So, which can affect on how they interact with others and lead to awkward behaviors. 3 is emotional weighing of concept. Concept tied to strong emotion can be hard to change, leading to feelings of betrayal or disappointment. So, yung mga bata is nagpo-form sila ng strong emotional attachment sa mga bagay-bagay. So, like yung naniniwala sila sa Santa Claus, ganun. So, kapag nalaman nila yung totoo na hindi pala totoo yung pinapaniwalaan nila is pwede silang maka-feel ng betrayal or make those experience less meaningful. Next is hazard in sex role typing. One is peer rejection. Children who don't follow common sexual stereotypes may struggle to fit in with peers, facing potential isolation. So kids who don't follow typical gender roles might feel different from their friends. Habang tumatanda sila is pwedeng mag-lead ito sa bullying or like bullying or pag-call ng mga pangalan. Pag-call ng pangalan like yung lalaki is pwedeng ma-label as sisi kapag naglaro sila ng mga laruan ng babae. Next is inferiority in girls. Traditional stereotypes can make girls feel inferior, limiting their self-confidence and motivation. So when girls are encouraged to stick to traditional roles is maaring isipin nila na hindi sila capable, less capable sila kaysa sa mga lalaki. So, this can hurt their feelings and their confidence and motivation. Next is the personality hazard. The main personality hazard in early childhood is developing an unfavorable self-concept, often due to negative treatment, unrealistic goals, and egocentrism. So, yung biggest risk sa personality ng bata during their early childhood is yung pagde-develop ng poor self-concept. So, one is the negative treatment. So, kapag yung bata is natitreat mo ito ng hindi maganda by their families or friend is maaaring mag-cause ito ng serious damage sa kanilang self-esteem. For example is kapag yung bata is lagi mong criticize or ini-ignore is pwedeng paniwalaan nila na hindi sila ganun ka or like hindi sila good enough. So this negative feedback can shape how they view themselves. Next is yung unrealistic goals. So children may feel like failures if they can meet high expectations set by their parents. For instance, is kapag yung parents is masyadong pinupush yung mga anak nila na i-achieve yung top grades or mag-excel in sports, without considering the child's feelings, is pwedeng ma-overwhelm yung bata, or like isipin nila na kapag hindi sila nag-success dito is failure na sila. So, the last one is the happiness in early childhood. Early childhood should be happy time, as developing a habit of unhappiness can be difficult to change later. Happiness in this stage depends on external events like family changes or friendship, and internal factors such as physical challenges or unmet goals. Okay. So, ang early childhood dapat ng isang bata is maging happy time nila ito. Kasi kapag yung bata is nasanay na sila na malungkot, yung habang bata pa sila, is mahirapan ng i-change yun habang lumalaki sila. So, ang um, ang kasiyahan ng bata is nanggagaling sa two main things. Yung one, what happens to them, like losing friends or family problems, and how they feel inside, like facing challenges or not reaching goals. So since yung kids is most of their time is nagsuspend sila with their family, is yung happiness talaga nila is mostly nakadepend kung paano sila tinitreat ng kanilang pamilya, and kung ano nga ba yung iniisip ng pamilya nila sa kanila. So, early on, kids don't interact much with others outside the home. So, the family is very important. So, if the kids, it's the family jobs to help the kids to have the three A's for happiness. So, the three A's is the acceptance or feeling like. Next is affection or like feeling love. And next is achievements like reaching their goals. This help kids feel good about themselves. So that's all for my report. Thank you.